I have girlfriends who say that having a kidney stone for them was way more painful than giving birth to their children. That is right. That is how painful kidney stones can literally be. We're talking about some of the symptoms of kidney stones today. I decided to talk about this because I recently had a patient in the office with a stone. It's on the top of my mind. I want to know, though, how many of you have had kidney stones? What did they feel like? What did it feel like? Is this something that you deal with? And there's something kind of unique about kidney stones, which is the severity of pain. That's right. I'll never forget when I was a medical student doing my clinical rotations. I think I was a third-year medical student, and I was working in the ER. And I remember my attending, that's sort of my boss doctor, told me to go in to to see the patient in room like 3 or whatever. And I remember going in, and literally it was a man, middle-aged or so, and he was literally almost in tears. He wasn't even on the stretcher. He was off the stretcher, on his knees on the floor, leaning over and sort of with his head on the stretcher, and he was like sort of writhing in pain. He was so uncomfortable. He was literally almost jumping out of his skin with pain. It was one of the first times I ever saw someone in so much pain in a medical environment, as a medical student. And I remember being like, oh my gosh, it was a kidney stone. And I've never sort of forgotten that image that I have. Both of those descriptions I gave you are not unreasonable descriptions of kidney stones. Guys, as I mentioned, many people say that kidney stones, having a stone, passing a stone, can feel worse and more painful than childbirth. So what are some of the other symptoms of kidney stones? And first of all, if you're wondering, by the way, I'm Dr. Jen Caudle. Hello, it's good to see you. If you've not liked and followed my page, please do. For those of you on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. But back to the story. So if you're wondering what a kidney stone is basically like a solid piece of material that is formed from chemicals that are in the urine, okay? And it makes a kidney stone. And so there's many different chemicals, different types of stones. I'll get into that a little bit later. We'll do another video on that, don't worry. But the thing about a kidney stone is it can literally range in size, right? There are some kidney stones that are literally the size of a grain of sand. Some kidney stones get much bigger, to the size of a pea, and kidney stones actually can get much, much larger. There are kidney stones that can be the size of a golf ball, okay? Remember, kidney stones can be asymptomatic, which means some of them don't have any symptoms, but the symptoms can be excruciatingly, severely painful. We're talking a 15 out of 10 pain. That's one of the most common things people complain of when they have symptoms. Oftentimes the pain is what we call in the flanks, that's sort of like the lower back, but it can radiate, right? Depending on, number one, which side the kidney stone is on, and which part of the sort of kidney tract the kidney stone is in. Because remember, it's a whole tract that the kidney stone can be in, a whole kidney tract from the bladder to the ureters to the kidney, etc. Okay. Other symptoms, though, sometimes people get actually abdominal pain, but nausea and vomiting are not uncommon. Also, people can get fever or chills, or fever and chills. And then many times people have urinary issues, meaning they have blood in the urine. This is actually a very common symptom of kidney stones. Sometimes they get blood in the urine where they can see. We call that gross blood or gross hematuria. We can actually see the blood with our eyes. Sometimes that blood is microscopic. You can't see it with your eyes, but we can see it under the microscope when we do a urinalysis and send it to the lab or things like that. The other thing is sometimes people will have foul-smelling urine or cloudy urine. Now, of course, there are other potential symptoms, and everybody's different. And you can have sort of a mixed match of those symptoms, but suffice it to say, severe, strong pain is often a major symptom of kidney stones. Again, sometimes people are asymptomatic, and sometimes the pain's not so bad. There are lots of treatment for kidney stones. We'll go into that in a different video, but once again, let me know if you have had kidney stones, what it was like, what your experience was like. Of course, if you have any pain of any sort, that is a sign for you to see your doctor. That's the ER urgent care or your physician ASAP. Guys, I'm Dr. Jen Caudle, practicing family physician, on-air health expert, and video creator. Please subscribe to my channel, click the little bell for updates. Guys, I'll see you soon.